welcome, podcast listeners. It is episode number 342. I had to wrap my brain around that number then. Fuck me, that took longer than it should have. 342 of the Fret Talk podcast. You are here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. That is me. I'm obviously out of sorts this week, so expect rambling, expect tangents. It is the course on which we are sailing today. So you are joined by me, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. You are also joined by Mr. Matt Quine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Woo! Or this week he is Treebeard. He has got the moniker of Treebeard. We are also joined by Bigger Stickers. I've detected your lies. We're joined by, oh my gosh, it is Josh. Hey.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon.
Indeed. Yeah, I mean, blatantly, good morning. Have a safe commute to your 9 to 5. Because
if you don't get the Bigger Stickers thing, I've evidently the best Monty Python.
Yeah. I've heard of Monty Python. I've got a couple of his albums, and not the biggest fan, but his earlier stuff was better. I mean, you're always safe with that comment, aren't you? You're always safe with that comment. Yeah, first 2 albums were the best ones. After that. So look, this is episode number 342. Definitely not a Gibson number this week. I haven't checked it, but we don't even need to. It's definitely. We've got Matt on the case.
No, we haven't. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's like, I'm going to prove you wrong. No, because last week was a Takamine week.
No.
We're safe for this week. So this is just a regular week, this one.
Apparently, sometimes they put it in their serial numbers, the number 342, within some other letters. Not letters, numbers.
Yeah. Alphanumerics. This week is a podcast sponsored by Affordable. Surprise, surprise. It's been happening for a while, and it's a absolute beautiful marriage of podcast and company. Because Affordable bring you pedals from DemonFX, JSA Effects, Mosky, Joyo, 4D, Caline, Movil, and Nux at amazing prices. Oh, this week they had, literally they had 2 of them, and it was a Nux guitar wireless system that looks really, really similar to the Boss ones. So where you've got the transmitter is also like the charger for the wireless dongle.
Yeah.
Really similar to that.
Yeah.
And he was doing them for, I think, like 230 quid, which is 30 quid cheaper than the cheapest like Amazon link. And yeah, if I were a gigging musician, I would very much be looking into that. Because it looks swanky. But that was the new one this week. And there were 2 JSA silicon fuzz faces as well. Very close to the Tate Effects lockdown fuzzes. So like similar aesthetic, similar kind of thing, just plain enclosures, couple of labels on what they do, and just like really nice looking internals, like using some rather choice components for £100. So yeah, Affordable. They're a UK company, loads of stock ready to ship, fantastic recyclable packaging. Recyclable packaging. Oh, words. They also do recyclable packaging, which is fantastic. So check them out at affordable.co.uk. You can tell these things aren't pre-recorded, can't you?
Probably a good job.
I might not fuck it up if it were pre-recorded. But that's all part of the charm of the Fret Talk podcast, I am to believe. Anyway, gentlemen, how are we?
Very good. It's my birthday tomorrow.
Ooh.
If you're listening to this on the Monday, so I'm all good.
Happy birthday to Josh. And that's as much as we can do, because it's a copywritten
That's as
bit of
much
music.
as we care about.
It's copywritten. It's copywritten music. It's why TGI Fridays have their own crappy sing-along birthday tune. It's
Dreadful, that one is.
it is. It's really bad. But hello, copyright's copyright, isn't it? Yeah. So this week, me and Josh went to last weekend. Me and Josh went to the Birmingham Guitar Show, BirmingNAMM, as it has been coined. And a little bit later on, we're going to talk about that. The wonderful, both equal parts of beautiful collaboration of minds and getting to meet loads of awesome people and just cacophony of noise fuck in the ears. It's just, yeah, it's equal parts of both.
Literally.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I saw some photos from it and I heard the photos because of last year.
It's like flashbacks. It's BirmingNAMM flashbacks, but a different type of NAM. Yeah. So
there's one part of it that was quite fun and gone.
I was going to say we'll talk a little bit about it later on, but carry on. We'll have a little anecdote before we.
I'm going to say twice when I was at one booth, which I'll talk about, but twice we had someone that was walking around doing sound check, sound checks and making sure you weren't too loud. And twice he looked at me, it was just turn it down. I was like, oh. So I gave the place 2 warnings, unfortunately. Sorry.
That's it. You got noise policed twice. Oh, bless him. Yeah, the chap in the red shirt. He's
Yes,
he happens to be the organizer of the entire event. So, when he complains, you got to listen. Unfortunately, but yeah, he's doing the work, and it's a job that needs to be done, but no one appreciates. Yeah, basically. So hats off to him. It's a thankless task. So I'm just gonna give him a little salute here, because I wouldn't want to do that job, I'll be honest. I wouldn't want to do it. Josh has also saluted in his own special kind of way. It's a special kind of salute. Anyway, we start these podcasts as we always do with a bit of shit news. So we're not going to be talking about Birmingham Guitar Show, because all of the stuff there was fantastic, and I shall hear nothing more of that. So this is it's a space reserved for Gibson. Usually, this is Gibson and the off brands of Gibson. They have solidified their they've put their flag. They've stamped their mark on the shit news and said we're gonna dominate that this year. But
so
Fender,
they're not sub brands anymore; they're off brands.
Yeah. So Fender have taken this as a personal insult and have said no, we're not going to allow this domination to happen. This market domination, we're stepping in. So Fender have done their part and have released some quite shit news this week. So let's have a little goosey gander. See, Matt's copying the link in. He means business. Right, so essentially, Fender have released a Strat.
Cool. Okay, tell me more.
Okay, it's a fancy coloured Strat. So they've released the Ultra.
Three single coils.
Yep, yeah, tremolo system.
Okay, so it's just 3 knobs. One of them that doesn't work properly because it doesn't control the tone on the bridge.
Yeah, it doesn't control the one that you actually want to control the tone on. It controls the middle. So the least used pickup in the history of pickups, which shouldn't be, because it's a fantastic pickup, as we've discussed this on podcasts before. But It is really the unsung hero of the pickup world. So the Fender Ultra American Strat is the new 70th anniversary model. And we'll talk about as to why this is shit news in a bit. The finish is the first thing that you see about it. It's called amethyst finish. And it's basically like the Lizzie Hale that looked like children's shoes.
Child's shoe.
Yeah. It's very much that. So it's like holographic sparkle. I would even go, maybe even say like unicorn burst, because that like if the thing that you are thinking in your mind when I say unicorn burst is exactly the finish. So it's basically that. It's like a silvery purple color, and then it rainbows when you do lights over it. In terms of like the specs, it's pretty good. It's got a roasted maple neck. It's got medium jumbo frets. It's got a ultra quadra tap humbucker. Yep, it's got one of those and some noiseless Strat pickups and a 2-point trem system. Reading out these specifications, so like 2-point trem system, roasted maple neck, named pickups, then with a like tappable humbucker. This is a Harley Benton Fusion. This
no, because the Harley Benton Fusion has Roswells in it, so it's an upgraded.
Yeah, like it's the
Harley
fancy
Benton
version.
Fusion.
Yeah, it's the Fusion with the top hat on, isn't it? Basically, and what's a Fusion go for these days? Let's say $350, because that's kind of the top end of their market. So, because it's Fender, let's double it. This is £700. No. No.
It's got a fancy finish, so
Yeah.
$850, same price as a Nick Johnston.
Yeah, I mean, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? You would fucking hope so. No, this is because it's American made as well.
So the American made range should be like £1,500.
Yeah, it should be. It really, really should be. No, it's $2,399, I believe, currently. So it's a very, very pricey boy, which is why it's the shit news of the week. In terms of spec, like, it's a guitar that we could get along with. Roasted maple neck, HSS setup. It's basically a Strat. We love Strats. We love HSS. We love roasted maple. But it's very pricey. It's very pricey. But then again, it's like 70th anniversary, so it's a little bit special. They've also brought out a vintage 1954 Stratocaster as well. It's another really pricey boy.
But I was just looking at the other one, which is a triple single coil rather than the HSS, but it's not roasted maple.
Yeah.
And it hasn't got a fancy finish. It's 3-tone sunburst or 2-tone sunburst.
Yeah.
And that's the same price as the one with the fancy finish, the 2-point trem.
It's not. It's exactly the same price.
It's exactly the same price.
A couple of quid cheaper, but no, it's exactly the same price.
No, it's exactly the same price. But don't worry, because this one comes with a cable that you'll throw in the bin.
Yeah, and like it comes with a tweed case with 70th written inside that will wear away after about 3 or 4 like open and closes.
Because it goes right against the strings.
Yeah, because it's right there, isn't it? Like bent steel saddles, no one wants. Vintage synchronized tremolo, no one wants. Like it's got all the specs.
Non-roasted maple, because nobody wants that roasted maple.
Yeah. Like vintage tint neck as well, so it'll have like a really, really, really thick finish on it. And it's just like basic bitch, like sunburst with like white plastics. So it's basically just a Strat, isn't it? It's just a Strat.
It's like, I guarantee if you held that up next to a Mexican Strat, at arm's length, nobody would be able to tell you which one was the Mexican and which one was the American. This fancy 1954.
Oh, I bet I fucking would, because the Mexican strats have got 2-point trims on them. They fixed the shitty trims.
Oh, right, okay. My bad. So what you're saying is you'd rather have a Mexican Strat than this?
You're damn right.
That is the sound, ladies and gentlemen, of him putting his anorak on.
Actually, it is. However, like, facts be facts, no one wants a vintage synchronized tremolo. Like, they don't work. They're not very good. And bent steel saddles are the work of the devil. Like, they hurt, like, rub your hands the wrong way.
But tradition.
Yeah, it's tradition, but I don't want it. So
it's also 3 pieces of fucking body. The body is a 3-piece. Look at in this stock photo. There's definitely 3 different bits of wood.
So
for $2.5 grand.
It is a Harley Benton. Fuck.
Look at it. You've got some things going one way, some going there's definitely like a centerpiece and the 2 wings.
Yeah, there definitely is.
For $2.5 grand.
$2.5 grand. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's shit news of the week is what it is.
Yeah.
News of the week. That's why it's shit news. And it's earned.
I'm more likely to buy an Epiphone for 1,500 quid.
Yeah. Like, we were ragging on last week the inspired by Gibson Firebirds for 1,800.
Yeah.
I mean, we can still rag on them, but Fender have stepped up to the hockey, haven't they? They have.
Yeah,
really...
I mean, I guess this isn't Chinese made. That is the one thing that it's got going for it.
Oh yeah. Like, they're both American made instruments. We will be talking about Chinese made instruments a little bit later on, actually, because Gibson, even though they have not earned the top spot for shit news of the week this week, they're still contenders, and they've released the price of the Dave Grohl. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. I think, Josh, you need to let rip with some of the BirmingNAMM news. How did you find it?
Other than being really fucking loud, it was pretty good, actually. I think it's the best one I've been to yet.
Yeah.
I think as a building, obviously, we've built more of a footing with Pedalboards of Doom, and there was lots of people that, I'd say, host on Pedalboards of Doom. They're like, oh, yeah, I know, we watched that, blah, 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 blah. So that was been pretty cool. Really enjoyed it. It was really good to catch up with a lot of people, first and foremost. And there was a lot of people as well that, like, I know from Instagram that I hadn't actually, kind of seen and met. So that was pretty good. Yeah. And I think the brands this year, I think some of the branding had stepped up the game with people that, people and brands that were there.
Yeah. Which,
again, was pretty good. It's good to see Neural DSP there. It was their first time there.
Was it?
Yeah. So I was chatting to Dan and Max, and they said that, the Saturday was really busy for them, which is good.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of people apparently trying them out, hadn't had the chance to try them out, were trying them out, blah, 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 blah. And so that's pretty good. Met up with Jack Gardiner, who was just blowing my mind with some of his guitar playing. He was just absolutely phenomenal. Just crazy watching him. And met up with Tom Pankhurst, who I interviewed on the Guitar Geeks podcast in the early days of that. He was one of my first guests. Met up with a few boutique guitar kind of companies that I'd spoken to as well. So that was all really good. But I'm going to talk about my highlight from it first, because it was my biggest takeaway, and that was a brand called Valhalla amps.
Yes.
They are like proper hand-wired, like point-to-point high-end amplifiers for sure. They're not, I will not lie, they are not cheap.
Yeah.
But the guy was showing me the insides, and like all the wiring is done like Viking braiding that you would see on the insides of buildings. only using like purple resistors and capacitors, and like it was all like just purple inside.
Nice.
On top of like, you know, the black wood and stuff, black wiring. It looked absolutely beautiful inside. And fuck me, these amps were incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. I was utterly blown away by them. To the point where I was speaking to a friend of mine who introduced me to them, and I was like, I would sell my quad cortex for one of these.
Shit.
That's how good they were.
That's some recommendation, that is, isn't it?
The unfortunate thing is I could sell my quad cortex for one, and I still wouldn't even be at half of the cost of one of the amplifiers.
Ooh. Okay, go on. What are we saying?
The one I tried out that I really liked was the Thor, and that was just like single channel. Like it was like being hit in the chest with a bag of bricks. Nice. It was just unbelievably like good. There's no way I can tiptoe around this subject. They're £4,000.
Ooh, yeah, but like hand wired and fastidiously, like all of the components.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, like the attention to detail. That's kind of part of the price of what you're paying for there, aren't you?
Yeah, and it was absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah.
And they had like another version of it, which was kind of like more tailored towards like kind of thrash metal and stuff like that. So it was to a channel like a clean and a rhythm. And I tried that one out, and it was really, really good. I think Ollie enjoyed it as well when he was paying for that one. And I think that one was slightly cheaper at $3,500.
Okay.
And I was just like, that's ridiculously small for like a 50 watt, and it pushes. And he was like, oh no, that's 20. And I was like, fucking hell.
Nice.
They were absolutely incredible. Waiting to get some foot. They were filming a lot of us when we were playing on the amps. So I'm looking forward to getting some of that footage back and seeing it, because I remember playing through this guitar, and the guitar was a baritone guitar. I think it was in drop A, I think.
Nice.
And there was just like, I looked up and there was like a sea of about 30 or 40 people just full in like stank faces at me when I was playing. So I was like, I'm doing some of the right stuff.
Yeah. This is home right here. This is.
Yeah. And the baritone coincidentally had a set of pickups in it that is a brand that I'm sort of started engaging with.
Nice.
So like that was another good way of testing them out, I guess, and they sounded excellent. So that was my top highlight, but I'm going to say some more for later.
Cool. Yeah, so the thing that I noticed about the Valhalla stuff is that there was a bloke who was tied in with Dover amps who've been at the shows the last couple of years.
Yeah, the guy who makes them.
Yeah,
the guy who makes them used to work at Dover.
There you go. So there's like similar aesthetic, and I'm assuming the amp designs will be along kind of similar lines, because it felt like it was going in the kind of same direction with, because they were brutal amps as well. Like
they were excellent,
big chunky metal tones, but there was there was a focus on kind of, despite them being like quite gainy or having the ability to go quite gainy, they still had versatility.
What was really impressive was that there was absolutely no noise floor. As soon as you stopped playing, that was it. It was like the amp wasn't even turned on. It was dead silent. You just do like a slow pick through like all of the strings when you strum a chord, and everything just rang out beautifully. There was no muddy dust. There was no clarity. There was full clarity. You could hear everything that you was playing through. But then as soon as you stopped and muted the strings, that was it. It was just flat silent. No floor hum, no noise hum.
Yeah, has he got like a built-in like gate or something?
No. That's the incredible thing. There was no inbuilt gate, anything like that. That's the wizardry that I could not get my head around. I was like, how have you got this much gain but no noise floor whatsoever? I was just like, it's fucking crazy.
You expect it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I left you and Ollie to it basically with the Dover, the Valhalla stuff, because as much as it is your thing, like big old gainy boys ain't for me. At the time, me and Yeomans actually went around and saw another brand, but we'll talk about them a little bit later on, because they were very impressive as well. But we've got some news stuff this week, and I feel that we probably need to cover this news stuff because it is actually proper news stuff. So we'll intersperse with a little bit of like BirmingNAMM stuff, but definitely. Line 6 kind of blindsided us this week. They've been quiet for a little while. Like they released the HX1 just before Christmas, and basically dropped the mic and then walked out. And we're all good with that. We were like, yeah, that's a solid release. We've been waiting for this for a while, and we haven't really heard from them since. And then about 2 days ago, they just said, by the way, here is the Pod Express. And it was like, what? What's going on here? So it's not in the Helix line. So we're expecting something a little bit more affordable. We've got that. But the Pod Express is, as best as I can describe it, it's basically like one of the cheaper modelling amp, like the Line 6 modelling amps, like the Catalyst, but in a floor pedal. So it's got quite a few features, but your main feature of it is that it does it does a bunch of amp tones. So you've got like, let's have a look. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different amp settings, and then on top of that, you can have a distortion modeler. You can have a modulation, a reverb, and a delay, as well as being able to adjust all of the controls of the amps on the fly, all with basically 5 buttons on there. So it's set up. You've got distortion, mod, then the middle knob is for your amp selection. Then you've got delay and reverb. So it's like the layout for a number 5 on a dice is how is the best way to describe it. Yeah. And then you've got like a 2-foot switches, which you can have like tap tempo for your delay and like on-off mode, or you can even go to presets where you've got something like 40 different presets that you can set on the unit itself. Really clever. It's like the middle dial has got like a light up ring that goes around it, and then you've got like 7 segments, and then it changes color, and then you've got another 7 segments, and then it'll change color. And I think it's like 5 different colors. Yeah. So that would suggest it's 35 different presets, wouldn't it?
It would.
But I don't know exactly how many because I didn't check. Someone's trying to ring me. Fuck off.
I didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck right off, please. So 7 amps, 7 IR based factory cabs, which I think they're linked in with the amps. So look, your amps are joined up with a cab. However, you've also got the ability to like deep edit those. So if you
can ever get it to talk to your PC,
yeah, we'll come on to that a little bit later, man. But I think like the software for it isn't out yet. But knowing Line 6, there will be like a kind of a deep editing thing for it. And I think they've said that will be that will be on the cards. You've got 17 different effects and an inbuilt looper as well. I think the delay has got, like, the final mode on the delay is looper. So you got analog, digital, tape, Pong, and then right at the end there's like a little. This is really old
Pong,
school.
is that the stank mode?
It just lets you play Pong on it. Like right at the end, if you have a look on like right at the end of the dial, there's a picture of like a reel to reel, which that's very cool. It looks a little bit like, because it's so tiny, it looks a bit like an infinity symbol, but it's like the reel to reel kind of logo that you'd get on little tape decks. So, like, youngsters will go, "Oh, I don't know what that is," but we know. So
I had a cassette at some point.
yeah, cassettes were cool in the 80s.
Were they?
No, at some point they were. So yeah, it's USB-C, which is brilliant. I think it's mono in, stereo out, so like some of the effects are stereo. The amps, some of them are based on the Helix amps. So you've got, I think the Punch is
that Oblivion on there.
I don't know, but if it is, fuck me, like, that's an insta buy for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know the special is the Litigator, I think it's called, and the dynamic is the Cartographer. So they're like the Line 6 designed ones that were, like, the Cartographer was one of the ones that was heralded as the best update within that, like, patch. So, and like heavy and lead, there's a big chance that one of those will be the Oblivion mode. So just like watch this space. But yeah, so we've got like loads of stuff, like stereo outputs, as I said, tap tempo, inbuilt tuner, noise gate, headphone out, 4-channel USB interface, so you can use it for practice. But also, if you wanted to use it for recording as well, you can use it to record. Because it's a relatively budget unit, if you've got other things, I would suggest probably not the ideal recording solution. But because they're based on the Helix amp models, you probably can get some decent stuff out of it if you're willing to work with it. Offers reamping as well. So because it's a 4-channel USB-C out, one of those is going to be a drive-through, which fantastic. And also you can add optional expression and up to 2 foot switches as well to give you even more functionality with it.
This legit sounds like a bargain.
It does, doesn't it? So it's also got a 9-volt power supply in, so it can be powered on your pedal board, or it can take AA batteries. So 3 AA batteries, not even the fucking square ones that are guitarist only batteries, AAs that happen to be everywhere. So you can do 3 AA batteries, which gives you around 6 hours of use. So, like, if you turn up to a gig and your power supply on your board is fucked, and that's the thing that's gone, you can go to the local corner shop or whatever, pick up 3 batteries and do a gig with, like, up to 6 hours of gig with it. So they've done this, and they've also done a bass version. We're not going to go too much into the bass one, but similar things. So, like, rather than like drive and modulation and all this shit, you've got compressor, you've got synth, you've got distortion, and then the final control is mod and delay, which makes sense because having reverb and delay on a bass tone is fucking stupid.
Have you ever wanted delay on your bass?
I mean, personally, no. I haven't wanted synth on my bass either.
No, the only people who want delay on the bass are people who are using a bass as a lead instrument, in which case they need a bassist for their band as well as them.
Yeah. I've just noticed as well.
Unless you're playing like Cliff Burton style stuff in a Metallica tribute, but
yeah, but even then, there's no delay. Like, there's a bit of like a little bit of reverb on some of his, but I don't think there's any delay, is there?
Doesn't it
like,
use
even in
phase
things
as
like
well?
Orion? Yeah, like modulation, I get, but not delay.
It's also got the looper on this one as well. So right at the end of the like delay section of the final knob, it's got the little looper as well. I've just noticed as well the compressor. This is worth it for the bass one alone. It's got the LA comp, which is one of the Line 6. I mean, you'll have got the LA comp on the HX1, I would assume.
Yes, it is. Well, hang on a minute. Wasn't that the one that was released in 3.7, in which case I might do, but I can't access it?
No, the LA comp's been there for yonks.
Yeah,
the LA
right,
comp
okay,
is the one that I stick at the end of every chain, basically as a limiter, but also to like studioize my tone. It is literally the best like studio compressor you can get. It's phenomenal. And like, if you've got the option of using that on your bass, why would you ever turn that off? Just the best bass tone.
Yeah, but don't bassists want like squishy compression, not good compression?
Yeah, well, so you've got optical, LA comp, deluxe, and limiter. So I mean, there's a bunch of options there, but just take it from me. LA comp, like the LA comp is the one that you go to. Go to that, kind of stick it a third on, and then you're golden. It is just like the perfect like studio sheen to your amp tone. We haven't mentioned yet how much these are. In the UK, we are a little bit more screwed over than the US prices, because I think they were retailing for like $170, which is like phenomenal. Right. In the UK, they're
$9.
Yeah,
CZ Sounds, I think I saw it.
Okay, so I mean, they're usually quite a cheap retailer. They'll like drive a good bargain. So we're getting it at $190, which. But like considering what,
yeah, it has more features than I thought. When I first saw it, I thought it was just an amp.
Yeah,
and
that was my comment, weren't it? That it was basically like the HX1 but amp.
Yeah, but it's not, is it? It's a panic. All of my stuff has gone down, and I need a complete board in a small box.
Yeah, I mean, you could use it as just an amp. You could have like just a really nice tight basic tone and then run a pedal board into it. And I assume that would work fine. Or you could have this maybe like set up 2 or 3 emergency presets, like clean patch, mild overdrive patch, and then lead patch, and switch between them for your gig, and then you're kind of golden. And if everything fucks up, if your amp blows up at the same time as the power supply on your board blows up, which is unlikely, but could happen. If it did, you don't then just have to throw your hands in the air and go, I'm going home. And your band have to play the entire set without a guitarist anymore. Then you could just go, it's all right, guys, I've got it. I've got my Line 6 Pod Express.
Yeah.
But no one speaks like that. No one speaks like it's an advert. But you know what I mean. Like it's not as catastrophic as it first would appear. And like it's a great solution for young guitarists as well. Like if you're a young guitarist and you like the kind of venues that you're playing, you're going to be using whatever the shit they've got there. You haven't got a like a valve amp that you're going to be taking there. And even if you did, you don't have a car to drive it there. So you've got basically what you can take in a backpack or in your gig bag. You rock up with this.
I wish when I was starting guitar, we had all of these sort of options to us when we were learning, because, man, it would have been so useful.
I mean, we did. Yeah. We had the pod. The pod was around then. But it was
but it wasn't exactly great.
But yeah, I was going to say the pod was like the equivalent of plugging into a desk in that it made sound.
Yeah. Look,
and that's about it. Like that's about as nice as I can be about the only pod I've ever tried, which was the first one.
That's remarkably nice from you as well.
It made sound.
I've got some good sounds out of a pod. However, I would not want to gig the pod because it's quite complex.
Can I ask you, did you get those good sounds out of a pod as a 16-year-old? Because remember, at this time I was 16.
No, I didn't.
You know, I was the kind of person that was turn all of the knobs up to 10 because 10 is the best, 10 is the most, and therefore more is better.
Very, very Ingve philosophy. Yeah, that kind of checks. But no, that
surprisingly, just like Ingve, it sounded fucking awful.
Yeah. I mean, you got what you got the tone that you were aiming for.
I deserved.
But yeah. So, I mean, I imagine a similar thing would happen with this as well. If you just cranked everything up to the maximum and just went, that's the best tone, surely, it would probably sound like shit.
Yeah, so the maximum amp, the maximum distortion, the maximum modulation, the maximum delay, and the maximum reverb.
Well, if you are at the maximum delay, it's a looper. So everything you play in will eventually just keep coming back at you.
To you.
Yeah, it will sound like shit after, like 30 seconds to a minute's worth of loop? What are we reckoning?
Yeah, probably like 5.
Yeah, so it would sound absolutely shit. But I think this is a little sleeper hit. This is. It's kind of, it's not exciting enough to be like a massive thing that's going to like bowl everyone over. But it's utility enough that people will go, yeah, I can drop 200 quid on like a nice backup.
Yeah.
I am going to put this in for a very early shout of guitar stuff of the NAMM.
Okay.
It'll definitely be in the amp category and get votes.
Yeah.
Depends on if any actual amps get released. Or I suppose, I assume this will go in the amp category because it's got some IRs in it and you can use it as an amp.
I don't know. It might.
I would put it in a pedal personally category. I would put it there rather than amps, but that's my point of view.
I know we're being a bit premature here, but I'm thinking accessory. I'm thinking this might even go towards.
I mean, if it goes in there, it wipes the floor with everything else in that category.
Absolutely.
Unless somebody else releases something that is the same as this.
Yeah,
or like this kind of idea.
The Boss Pod Express 2.
Yeah.
And it does all this, but it's also got a wah built in somehow. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that make it better? I suppose it doesn't make it worse. So, but there you go. So yeah, Line 6 have kind of blindsided us with brilliance. And I think that could probably be the tagline for Line 6 is that you're not really expecting it, but they just come out with some of the most crazy and beautiful shit.
Yeah.
Because like when we first reported on the HX Stomp, we were like, what's this for? Who's going to buy this? And then by the next week, we were like, this is the best thing ever. Like they've literally reinvented the game.
Yeah.
And they did. Yeah. So that's that. Right.
Okay, well, as you've just said something really positive about Line 6, I still can't get my fucking HX1 to talk to my computer. I've emailed Line 6. They've given me a load of things to do that all it did was wipe all of the presets that I've created that I couldn't back up because I can't connect it to my computer, and it still didn't work, and then I nearly broke my fucking interface doing it.
I mean, that's bad.
What have you been up to this week?
Yeah, that.
That's that's not ideal, is it? That is how.
And their response now is, well, to rule out that it's not your PC. So I literally tried there's 12 USB ports on my computer. 8 of them on the back and 4 of them on the front.
Yeah, man.
And I tried all 12 of the USB ports with 2 cables just to make sure that it wasn't the cable. So they're like, oh no, not all USB ports are directly connected to the motherboard. Some of them go via other things and they won't work. So I literally tried every bastard USB port with 2 different cables, both of which I know work because they'll take signal from my Xbox controller that I plug in to play games into this PC. So I know that both of them worked, but just so that I could say, look, I've tried it. And they're like, yeah, okay, now try a different machine. Like, I don't own another computer. Like,
Yeah,
what? Like,
just buy
I
another
do. I've
computer.
got a work computer that I can't download your software onto because it's blocked.
Yeah. I mean, you could theoretically plug it into your work computer and go, it doesn't work.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can guarantee that it won't work. The problem is if I plug it into the work computer, my work's IT department will go, this person plugged in an unknown accessory, contact him immediately and shout at him. I don't want to do that.
I mean, what you could do is just say that you plugged it into your work's computer.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do.
And then,
But yeah, so like what I was trying to get up to this week was rebuilding that board. I mentioned last week that Marcus Deluxe custom board that he made for me that was modular.
Yeah.
And I'd had it since before Christmas and not started it. So I was taking my board apart and I thought I'll use this time whilst the HX1 is not on the old board or the new board yet to try and update it. Couldn't get it to work, so I have thrown it on the other onto the Marcus Deluxe board that I've built. I've only built the Vox drive section at the moment. I need to do the Marshall one at some point, but I ran out of energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that basically all I've done apart from a practice and prepare for a gig on Saturday is rebuild the board and shout at line 6.
I mean, what a way to wrap up the Pod Express bit of news.
Yeah. I just thought, because as we were saying positive things about line 6, my caveat is all of their software is wank. I'm just gonna like put some personal experience in here. I've had an HX Stomp for probably 4 years by this point, and not once has the software let me down. In fact, actually, there was only once when it did, and that's when I was using my old laptop that had an inbuilt SD card reader. And for whatever reason, if there was an SD card in the SD card reader, the HX Stomp wouldn't show up in the software. There was a very weird bug.
Very weird bug in the system that worked with. And since not being on that laptop, I've had no issues, and I've done like all of the updates since. And there's been people say, "Oh, I've managed to like brick my HX Stomp by updating it and not doing this or that." Every time I've updated it, it's worked exactly how it's supposed to. It's worked fine. I've had no issues. So
yeah,
they can work. Just when they don't work catastrophically. Yeah,
the workbench for the Variax is worse than useless. And
I don't know. Like, I don't know what you did with that, because I
spent 4 hours changing fucking stuff on that workbench. Clicked update and it didn't update. Like the line 6 can go fuck themselves.
I mean, if you just
by the way, I love their products. Like the products, I have no problem with.
Hello, yes, that's the sound of us not getting an endorsement with line 6.
The opinions of Matt Quine are the opinions of Matt Quine and not the opinions of the Ret Talk podcast.
Yes, we are not associated with Matt Quine whatsoever. Can I just point that out, Paul Hindmarsh?
Yeah, I don't think he runs line 6. I'll be honest. I think he's just the face of line 6. But yeah, just in case, Paul. Like, we're cool, right? We're cool.
Yeah, look, if I get this working and I can finally update the thing, because that's all I want to do. All I want to do is update to 3.7 because the HX1 gets 3.7 as well, but mine's stuck in 3.6 because it won't talk to my computer.
Yeah.
And I'd also like to be able to back up all my settings so that I don't lose them.
Yeah, so that when you do update it in the future, you're not completely
that would be
fucked.
really handy.
Yeah. I can see the the benefits of that. I understand why that is an endeavor that you are chasing, and like fingers crossed it will work out soon. Like hopefully when you nudge wink wink, do try it with another computer, nudge wink wink,
still doesn't work,
and it doesn't work. They just go, yeah, send it back, and then you get a new unit, and then the unit just fucking works.
Updates, yeah. That would be really handy.
I mean, what they could do is just send you an updated unit. And then
that would be less handy, because then I don't want to have to send it back to line 6 every time they release an update.
Yeah. Right.
That's just got like a column or a pillar of like HX1s just in the corner of his room.
Like, this one's 3.6, this one's 3.7. This next one's 3.841.
The Guinness World Record for most HX1s owned is by Matt Quine in the Isle of Man.
It's got like a store.
Who now lives in a house built out of HX1.
He said to it, I have a problem with line 6.
Right, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of news this week, and it's on the surface it seems like a bit of news that we've already covered. However,
shit news of the week part 2.
Definitely not shit news of the week part 2, and I'm going to explain more. Right, so the Epiphone Dave Grohl. Yeah, but you've done that one. You talked about that 2 weeks ago. We did. They're finally given us a price now, and it's not the 1,800 that I thought it would be. I could have almost put money on that. But Epiphone have actually done us a solid, and the UK price is $11.99. So it's divisive. I've had a few comments back. Like I posted it on Facebook yesterday morning, I think, and it's divided opinion. Like some people are going, "Oh yeah, that's a much better price than I was expecting." Yeah, I'll go for that. And then there's some going, well, it's a Chinese-made guitar. Doesn't matter if you've put better pickups in it. It's still a Chinese-made guitar. Like, no, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's talk about a few of the specs and like ascertain exactly what you're getting for your money. And then we're going to talk about a little revelation that I've had this week. I mean, I've got a little revelation over here. It's a Telecaster. But we're not talking about that one. No. So it is the Dave Grohl DG335 semi-hollow design, Gibson Burst Booker pickups as per the Gibson version. It's what Dave Grohl uses. He uses those specific pickups. Trini Lopez style headstock, bound diamond shape F holes, exactly what you'd expect. Maple poplar laminate, one piece mahogany neck with elliptical profile. That doesn't sound nice. Laurel fretboard, split diamond inlays, 22 medium jumbo frets, and a Graphtec nut. You've got a Locktone Tunematic bridge, Grover Rotomatic tuners, and you've got CTS potentiometers, Mallory capacitors, Switchcraft jacks for the wiring as well. So, all in, that sounds pretty good. Like, the specs seem pretty decent. They've at least not cut any corners with like, oh yeah, it's got the Epiphone Pro Bookers, or it's got tuners. Be grateful, you fuckers. No, it's like they've spec'd it. They've done it right. Cool. Like, that's all sorted. It is a Chinese-made guitar. It will probably be coming from the same factory that a lot of the 335 style Epiphones come from, which are a couple of £100 like less than this thing. However, I did something that we don't do here, that we don't do on the Fret Talk podcast, and I actually did some research. So I went on to Anderton's and I searched guitars between £1,000 and £1,400. And do you know what I found in that range?
No.
So in that range, I found, there were quite a few Epiphones, but there was also like Schecters in that range, Indonesian made, not with thingy pickups, like not with specific pickups. There was Ibanez's within that range with like Seymour Duncan pickups, but also like Indonesian made, like some of the AZs, like the lower end AZs and stuff. Yeah. There was also the bottom end of Gibson, so there's like the Gibson SG specials with like the single wraparound stop bar and the 2P90s. There was also like the Les Paul Studio Tribute, I think, was also in that range. So like USA made guitars. So it seems like at the top end of the Epiphone is where the bottom end of the Gibson kind of starts, which was what always used to happen. And it seems like other companies are doing this exact same thing where this price point is like high spec, but again, Eastern made, and actually not even China, but Indonesian made, which like the Chinese factories have been established doing this for a little bit longer than the Indonesian ones. So comparably, probably, look, I'm not saying are definitely better quality, but comparably have a bit more experience in doing this. So even though these DG335s, they are expensive, don't get me wrong, 1,200 quid would have to be a very special guitar for me. It would have to be a guitar that does something and does something really well. This is not quite the outlandish frivolity that we have been tarring Epiphone with recently.
No, it's not, but Indian Laurel fretboard, like, it's not rosewood, it's not ebony. Okay, yes, you've got Gibson USA Burst Booker pickups, but I'm not the biggest fan of those pickups. Like, they are better than an Epiphone Pro or whatever, but like, if I'm spending 1,200 quid, I'd quite like to have a guitar that I could just go out and play, or go out and say it like it. I don't want to swap the pickups out in this.
Yeah, understandable.
And it's everywhere I've seen it's 12,499, not 11,99, but whatever. Like, there's 50 quid difference. That was the price point of the XL Tour, which I picked up, which is Korean made.
Yeah,
has an ebony fretboard. So they're Supro pickups. So D'Angelico owns Supro and have brought back some of the Supro stuff, and part of that is the like Supro branded pickups. Yeah. The pickups in that sound great. I don't know whether they sound better than Burst Bookers because it's about 5 years since I've heard a Gibson Burst Booker. So maybe my taste. Well, I know my taste in guitar sound has changed in that time. So
yeah, maybe
I'm shitting on them a little bit much, but Chinese made instruments for that price, and I know I stood by Gretsch last week? The Gretsch one that we talked about, the Rocker? Chris Rocker. Like, yeah, look, don't get me wrong. It's cheaper than we thought. It's better. It comes with a hard case, which, like, if you're trying to pick up a hard case for a 335 size guitar, you're probably looking at 70 quid for a cheap one.
Yeah.
Because it's not it's not a cheap hard case that'll fit a Strat or a Tele. It's specifically shaped to this guitar.
Yeah, they're bigger. Yeah. And
yeah,
look, it's not, you don't get universal hard case for Strat, Les Paul, Tele, and 335.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I do get it. But yeah, I'm with you that, like, it's at least it's better than we thought. I really want one, but only because I think in 10 years' time, once it's dropped off the, like, I know that officially they're not limited.
Yeah.
But they will be. Like, they're not going to
be
release
around
it
forever. Let's face it.
So the reason I more want it is because it hasn't got a 3-a-side headstock, which means that, as well as you cut the nut, the G string will always go out of tune. Whereas this has got proper Fender headstock on it, for want of a better word.
Yeah.
And I quite like his music, I know you're not a particular fan, but I quite like his music.
There isn't any less shits that I could give.
Oh, I know, but like in terms of like this is the kind, like, you don't get it very often, but this is the kind of guitar that is at a price point that I could afford. I'm not saying I'm going to buy one, but I could afford this.
Yeah.
I could literally gig it and sell it for what it's going for now in 5 years or 10 years time.
Yeah, it might even go up, like the Tom DeLonge 339s, like the Epiphone Tom DeLonge 339s, or the Mexican
Strats.
Yeah, the Tom DeLonge Strats that were suddenly like 300, 400, 500 quid more than they paid for them new.
Yeah,
yeah,
and that is the appeal of this
one of
guitar.
these, isn't it? It's definitely one.
But like, I also don't want to spend 1,100 quid or 1,200 quid on a Chinese made guitar with Indian laurel instead of a real wood on the fretboard. And yeah, if it was 750 quid like the White Wolf, which is basically what this is, just with different electronics and a different headstock, like I just would buy one. I'd spend the extra 80 quid for a case. So let's call it 850. If it was 850, which is the White Wolf plus the case.
Yeah.
I'd buy it. I know that the specs of all the electronics is better, but I don't think you're getting 500 quid's worth of value from a hard case and some pickups.
Yeah, but you're also getting 500 quids for pickups, hard case, and the fact that it's tied in with Dave
not
Grohl
someone you've never heard of.
Emily Wolf.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I do understand the price point, and I am with you that it's not as egregious as we might have made out, but I still also think that it is a ridiculous thing that we're saying that it's not egregious, that 1,200 quid is that 1,200 quid is a price point for Epiphone. I think, like, given that we are 4 years removed from a £99 Epiphone,
I mean,
that's an insane statement.
So in Epiphone's defense, and the subject of a comment war that I've had on a certain Pedal Boards of Doom video this week, Epiphone do cheaper guitars.
They do.
Epiphone shit, cheaper guitars. They still do the Special 2, and I think they're 160 odd quid. So they are doing guitars at that point. They are doing the, like, quote unquote basic versions of the Inspired by Gibson range for about 400, which is a similar price to the PRS. I think it was like 460, 480 quid for the SG Inspired by Gibson, just like SG standard Inspired by Gibson. And that's like a similar price point to the PRS that we were sucking the dick of like last week or 2 weeks ago. So as much as they did release an £1,800 Firebird, which there's no excuse for that. Don't get me wrong. Like, they should feel bad about that. But they have got stuff that is as low as like 160 quid, which PRS don't. Do they? Yeah.
Do they? Cause
Special 2 still exists.
Doesn't exist on GAC or on Anderson's website anymore.
It was on Epiphone's website when I checked.
The cheapest Les Paul they do is 250 quid. 230 quid, sorry. Which is now called the Les Paul Studio LT.
I mean,
which appears to be a bolt-on neck, which is basically what the Special 2 used to be.
Yeah, they did. So they did, like back in there, like when I was looking at Epiphone Les Pauls, they did like they did the entry point, they did the Special 2. They did the LP 310, which was it looked like a Les Paul because it had like the binding and shit, but it was a bolt-on neck version and it had really cheap pickups. And then they did the LP 400, I think it was, which was the set neck Korean made good one, which was an extra like 150 quid or something, which back then was like a jump. It was a big jump.
Yeah, I can't see the only Special 2s that are left anywhere in any UK company are the Appetite for Destruction / Signatures. Looking at the product description on the Les Paul Studio LT has been branded by Epiphone as the introduction to the world's greatest electric guitar. So I think this is now the bottom. I think the Special 2 might be on Epiphone's website. I don't think they sell it because I've not seen one in years either. I can't find it for sale anywhere in the UK.
No.
So I think,
unfortunately, Epiphone's website is a pile of shit because it doesn't allow you to tab down, which is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
really fucking stupid. Here we go. Oh, here we go. So not Les Paul, but SG Special. There you go. SG Special, 179.
Okay.
So that's
they are still doing sub 200 quid guitars.
Yeah. Again, bolt-on neck, very, very fucking, very basic, like satin finish, but realistically, like decent value for money, like entry-level guitar, decent value for money. So Epiphone are actually covering more of the market than we've been giving them credit for recently, I think, is the uptake that I got from this, which, like, our bad, Epiphone, our bad.
Yeah.
But knock 200 quid off the top end of your guitars. Like, everything that's kind of midpoint and upwards, knock 200 quid off it, and then we're golden.
Just knock 15% off everything. 15% off everything.
Yeah.
And bring it down, because that'll knock, 180 quid off the 200 quid off the top ones, but it'll also bring these down to where they should be. Like the fact that the Epiphone Les Paul Studio is over 500 quid is insane.
Yeah.
The Les Paul Studio the Gibson Les Paul Studio should be 500 quid. If we're being realistic.
No, like the Studio should be
$1,000.
700 to $1,000. Yeah.
But the Epiphone version should be 400 quid.
Oh yeah,
Max.
like all day. Like, if that, because it's like basic finish and like basic pickups. Three looks like a good price, doesn't it? 300, maybe 300 and some change. But yeah. I know what you're saying. They are pushing the prices up. We're not wrong that they are pushing them, but they're not pushing them to the scale that we've been suggesting. They're not like ultimately trying to outprice everyone else. They are within the ballpark. They're at the top end of the ballpark, but they're within the ballpark, is what I'm kind of experiencing. So the Dave Grohl is here. It's not ridiculous, but it's also, it's a thinker, isn't it? It's a thinker.
Yeah.
Before the podcast, I got a message on Facebook. Actually, on that Facebook post from John Boy, he took a screenshot from eBay. One's already up for 2,100. like someone's already put one of the Dave Grohls up for 2,100, which like internet gonna internet, isn't it?
But they're not out of stock anywhere.
No.
What?
It's like some people.
Yeah, okay.
Some people
I'm
gonna.
afraid when you're talking about prices like that, I'm afraid I can top that with what I've seen this week.
Go for it.
No, the original ESP Explorers that had the banana hockey stick headstock.
Yes.
But obviously, you know, the biggest, most popular person for them using them is none other than Metallica's James Hetfield. And somebody was selling one of the wolf and man ones where the inlay changed from a wolf to a man. How much do you think he was selling that guitar for on eBay?
I don't know how much they were going for originally, but is like ESP,
These were
not
made
LTD.
in the 90s. Yeah, ESP made in the 90s.
Okay, like $4,000.
Not even close. 500 grand.
Fuck off.
500 grand he was asking for it.
No one is buying that. No one.
No one.
Yeah, I mean for $4,000, you're asking, and
You're struggling.
The cheapest I've ever seen one sell for, because obviously ESP can't make them now because of the cease and desist from our good friends Gibson. The cheapest I've ever seen one sell for was about 25 grand.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, there's still a long stretch to 50 times that or whatever that is. It's not. It's
Yes.
200 times it, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Big price.
Or 20 times.
Big
it.
many.
Yeah.
Big many price. Oh, right. And I think that's probably, gentlemen, where we end it for this week. But we're going to continue on the page. I'm going to be talking about some of the stuff that I loved this week at the BirmingNAMM. And I'm going to tell you a little story as well. I'm going to tell you a little story, but we'll save that for the page. So I'm going to extend a thank you to our listeners, you lovely lot who have made it this far. We have rambled this week, and you've joined us on every twist and turn that we made. Do you agree with the fact that we're giving Epiphone a little bit of a pass now? That we might hold our punches a little bit? Let us know in the Facebook group. So it's, I don't know, is it facebook.com/frettalk? It's definitely not that. It's definitely
Shall I
not.
see what happens when I do facebook.com/frettalk?
Yeah, can do. Probably
Go on,
get
yeah, you keep doing this.
it'd be like a virus, I
I'll tell you in a
reckon.
minute.
But yeah, so go into Facebook. You'll find the Fret Talk Podcast group. It's a group. You will have to answer some questions if you're not already part of that group. But yeah, go on, Matt. What's he saying? Did it work?
It says, this content isn't available at the moment. When this happens, usually because the owner has only shared it with a small group of people or changed who can see it. You can either go to your news page, go back, or visit the help center. And I think actually anybody listening to this podcast probably needs to visit a help center.
Yeah. Like we suggest that immediately. Visit the help
Like the big Instagram and Facebook downage that we had the other day.
Oh yes, yeah. It made me think.
The 2 hours that it wasn't.
I read so much about like Facebook security and just like if shit like this happens, panic, and shit like that happened, like oh shit, okay, let's like do the 2-factor authentication because I've got like 2FA on all of my stuff because I ain't fucking stupid. And then it was like password changes straight away. Password changes. So I changed up the passwords for a bunch of things, and then it turns out no, it was Facebook's fuck up. But it's always good to change up the passwords, isn't it? Because
and when you go to enter a password, it'd be like, you have entered a password that you used 6 months ago. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Well, it was like I knew the password was right, but I was typing it in. It was saying, no, this password's not right. So I was like, oh, fuck. Like someone's managed to hack into my account and change my password. I mean, password 123 isn't gonna stay strong forever, is it now? So now we're on.
You added that 4 and now we're all sorted.
Password 1234, yeah, is the hot ticket. It's 2024. Password 1234 for 2024.
69.
Oh, password 69. Get in. That might be my next one. So yeah, thank you, listeners, for joining us on this like shenanigan roller coaster. Thanks to our sponsor, affordable.co.uk, who bring you some awesome, amazing, just pedals that you should check out. I think next week on the No Talk All Tone series, I might be featuring another special little JSA thing. So check it out. They are also sold at affordable.co.uk. Check them out. If you want to do some page stuff, like we do a page, patreon.com/FretTalk. I think that works. Does it work? Is it Fret Talk Podcast? I don't know. I'm second guessing myself.
Just go to Patreon and search for the Fret Talk Podcast.
Yeah. And I think there are links in the description of this podcast as well. So do that. Don't make me panic, please. So yeah, for as little as $2 a month, that is but $2 a month, less than the price of an expensive croissant is $2 a month. Croissant.
Making me think of that croissant meme that keeps going around.
Croissant or croissant. Daniel-san. I don't know. Do croissants cost more than 2 pence these days? Do they?
Don't know the last time I bought a croissant.
There you go. Maybe you can find out. You can go out and buy a croissant and then subscribe to our Patreon and see which one costs more. It's a little test for you this week. So if you subscribe to our Patreon for $2 a month, you get extra Patreon content, which we will be continuing on after this, which is around the 30-minute mark every week. Although for the last couple, it's been more like 45-ish, because we do like to talk, as you can tell. But you also get your name shot out. You get your name shut out at the end of the podcast by yours truly, who is so fantastic at words. I forgot that the past tense of shout was shouted, and instead decided to opt for shart. So our Patreon backers are as follows. We've got Mr. Adam Yeomans of Chef DemonFX. We've got the trifecta of Erector, Mr. Huge Erection, Mr. Mike Oxlong. It's the most unenthusiastic yay for Mr. Erection, that was. And we're like, let's get the energy up for this last one, Mr. Gary Goldencock.
Way!
Oh no, you've blown the mic.
The ear rape version.
As long as you've not blown Mr. Goldencock, it's fine. We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups, who we will be mentioning on the page. We've got Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jokes podcast, the Second Button podcast, the Off the Rails podcast. We've got Mr. Diabetes Foot, and we've got Mr. Jason Wharton of Jason Wharton 82 Facebook, YouTube, sorry. And today he proved that we are very different people on his YouTube channel. He released a video where he changed some of the hardware on his guitar because it didn't quite match some of the other hardware on his guitar.
As you should do.
So I then proceeded to send him photos of my Telecaster that's got 3 different colours of hardware.
Did he respond
really
by blocking you?
Fuck with my OCD.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Like the pickups are gold, the bridge is gold, the bushings are black, and the tuners are chrome. It is glorious. It is glorious.
Hideous is the word for that. Hideous.
It is, yeah.
I am with Matt on this one.
It is. It's the most extreme version that I've got, but it's how little I give a shit about if my hardware matches or not. But it just shows that we are very, very different people. If you are one of those people who who want matching hardware, and just like a really, really fucking chill hang. A bit like the old, like proper old school Guitar Geek stuff, where he'd just like be working on a guitar and just chatting to the camera. And it was just like a proper chill hang. That's what this video was like. The him changing the hardware on his what's his name? Jason Isbell Telecaster, something like that. I don't know. Who knows? But it was just like one of these proper, like almost like guitar ASMR. So check it out. Well, that was like a proper shout out for Jason Morton this week, wasn't it? Fuck me. That went on a tangent.
It was.
Yeah, if you want to catch me online, I also do like shit on YouTube. I also do Facebook, Instagram, Threads, all of them /BudgetPedalChap. And of course, YouTube is the home to the No Talk All Tone series. This week, I did a video about in-ear monitors, but I also did a video about the old school reverb by Caline, which is fucking amazing. I loved it. And Matt, where can we find you online?
I am at Hill_MacQ on Threads and Twitter and Instagram.
Indeed you are. And Josh, aka Bigger Stickers.
You can find me at the Corona Mortis on Instagram, and you can find me at the Pedalboards of Doom YouTube channel, and you can also find me on the Pedalboards of Doom Instagram.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. So, from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, from Oh My Gosh, It's Josh, and from Mr. Matt Quine. Say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
It will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. Ta-ra a bit.
Bye.
Your underwear is much too tight and very revealing, I said to my wife. Wear your own then, she said.